Alright, having done a Hello World in Dr. Java, I'm now going to do one for Eclipse. You'll find that doing this in Eclipse takes a little more upfront work, but in the long run you may find you like it better because it's going to give you more help than Dr. Java does. So to start this out, I need to prepare, in this case, I want to go to Documents. I need to prepare a place to put the project, and I'm going to show you effectively all of this. Alright, I need a new folder which I am going to call name it Workspace Hello. Basically what you're going to need is a workspace for all of your coding and for the class, and I'll show you how to make your life a bit easier in a moment. Alright, so there is my workspace, and now I want a new folder, and I'm going to call this Hello. How original. Basically, let us pretend for a moment that we were doing this for class. You would do a new folder and you would call this CH01. Now, I learned sort of the hard way that this is obviously for chapter 1, but by putting it as 01, you will get 01, 02, 03. When you get to 10 and do 10, everything will come out nicely, quote unquote, alphabetically. But you're going to need a folder for each one of your projects. Okay, so there I now have a place that I'm going to store my project, and I'll show you why you needed to do that. We're going to start Eclipse, and I will luckily be able to cack this all out. Alright, now what you will see is that I have the last material that I was working on is open, and I really don't want this at the moment. What you have to do when you're starting a new chapter is you want to switch the workspace. So under File, you're going to go to Switch Workspace, and we want to go to Other. And now we're going to browse, and I'm going to go to Documents, and I want this alphabetized, and so we called this Workspace Hello. Now, I could do this in Workspace. Well, let's do it that way, and I'll work again. So I'm going to go Open, and when I click OK, watch what happens. It saves it. It shut down Eclipse, and then it's going to open it up again. And I will save you the time of having to watch it open up again. But as it's opening, I really only needed to have the Workspace Hello. I didn't need that, but we'll discuss that in a bit. Okay, so this opens up, and I want to go to the workbench, and there we are. So now this is sort of how Eclipse looks when you're getting started. I want to click File, and I want a new Java project. If I could speak, life would be good. And I get a dialog. So I'm going to call this Hello World. And even though you can't really see it, it said that it is using the default location, which is Hello World. And I'm going to finish. And notice that I get a folder, and now there's a thing called an SRC. This is where our Java is going to be located. So I'm now going to do, I want a new class. And I'm going to call it Hello World underscore Klein L. Okay, now notice that it's the name of my project, or the name of my file, has my name at the end, and this is so that you get everything you need. You will get full credit for this. Now it says which methods do you want, and we want this to be public static. We want that. Inherit abstract methods, I don't really care, but you can leave that. And then we say finish. And, oh, there it is. Okay, so here we have public class, hello world, looks a whole lot alike. Now it has stuff here for comments, but this is really kind of interesting because they open it up for something called Java Docs. We will get into that later. Now, there are no line numbers. So what we have to do is, if I can remember how to do this, under Preferences, and we're hoping I remember this. All right, I went to Eclipse. I got the Preferences. I opened up the General tab, the Editor tab, and came down to Text Editor. And I want to show line numbers. Okay. There is a file that we will show you later, which is the Litvin Preferences, which does some other things as well. Now, once you've done that, you need to click Apply, and then OK. Hello. There we go. And now magically I get line numbers. The reason that you want this is so that it makes it easier for you to find errors and talk about the errors. All right, now I want up here to do // and whoops. It would be good if I did that correctly. All right, if you do /*, it then comes out and it's going to give you a space to put comments. So I'm going to put all right, it's not actually going to print to the screen, it's going to print it down here, which is going to be much like the Dr. Java one. I'm going to leave this. We're not going to use it at the moment. We'll show that later. And again, I'm going to hit a return so that my open and close braces are together. And I'm going to take all of that out. And hello. All right, notice that all of a sudden, all kinds of stuff are showing up. It's indicating that I haven't completed it. This says, oops, you've got an error, something needs to go on. So now, wait a sec, let's do this. Notice that I automatically got a close parentheses, and when I put in a quote mark, a double quote mark, I get the second double quote mark. Now I'm going to go over to, now notice now it's going to tell me, oops, wait a second, I can't. All right, it says syntax error, insert semicolon. All right, so it's telling me I've got to do that. And now if I save that, life is good. You do not have to have a separate compiling state or step with Eclipse. It's doing the compiling as you go along. What I now have to do is come up here and click Run. And there we go. Notice there it is. The console window shows up, terminated, name of the program, and the output. All right, notice that, again, comments are going to come in green. This other kind of comment will come out as a blue. Public static void are reserved words. Then we have out, and we have the hello world. All this stuff now is color coded for you. If you get really excited about it, you can tweak the color coding any way you want. All right, so now I'm going to make sure this is saved, and let's go back into our file system. All right, here is my hello world that we just created. Inside that there is some bin that has the hello world class. Never, never, ever hand in the hello world or the class document. Do not do that. What you need to hand in is the .java document. Notice it has a J on it. Hand that in. So now when you're going to go to hand this in, you will end up copying and pasting this into a new folder. And you can then name the folder, zip the folder, and hand it in. We'll discuss all of that. All right, so there is Hello World in Eclipse. Was that not fun?